Hello. I hope you're doing all good. Okay, I think we're live. Let's see, we have already 4 people here. So, as usual, I'm just gonna wait a little bit for some people to join, for people to arrive, to maybe say hi. So please say hi. Greg Vereshko, hello. Indeed live, yes, okay, awesome. Okay, I hope the sound is fine, so please let me know if I'm either too quiet or too loud, if the music is not too loud or too quiet. Just has to be a little bit like background music. 10 seconds delay in message. Yeah, that's the usual amount, I would say. And then on YouTube, there's always like a 10 to I think 14-second delay, but that's fine. Music works for background. Okay, awesome. Just gonna prepare everything that we're gonna need here. Oh, I got the Photoshop with the white background and it's just illuminating my face from the bottom. Not creepy at all. Let's just tone it down a little bit. Okay. Grabbing coffee and be back in a few minutes. Yeah, sure. Do that. I'm also trying to make everything perfect here, so we'll see. All the other people that are also watching, please say hi. I'm always eager to chat with you guys. Oh, wait. I think I did something wrong. 1 second. Is the stream visible? It should be visible. Oh, it's not. Dang. It wasn't private the whole time. Dang. T. Dargan, hello. Hello back to you too. Oh man. I just had it the whole time on not listed. Well, great. I hope now it works. Okay, now it's public. Damn, such a beginner mistake, seriously. Hey, Zero Sigma. Wie geht's dir? Mir geht es gut. How about you? Wie geht's dir? And now the people are arriving. Damn, so... But I was sure I made the stream public. Maybe I didn't save or something. I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna be live, so for people who just arrived, I'm gonna be doing the stream for about 4 hours as usual. So if you've already been here, you know that we do long sessions. So in 4 hours, I think we can get something done. and still have enough time to chat. So we'll see. Okay, just gonna wait like 2 more minutes, or like 3 minutes, and we have 9:10, and then I'm gonna start. You missed me. Oh man, I missed you all too. 1 month is too long, right? Yeah. Okay, so I can already like talk about what we're gonna do today. So I'm gonna switch over to my screen here. And no, it's not a Mega Man character whatsoever. So today I'm gonna be doing something different, because the thing is that my target groups, or my followers, my demographic, whatever you want to call it, is very split. It's because I do like fan art in Blender. Many of my followers are actually like either Mega Man fans or Blender fans or aspiring artists or even like already working artists. And hey, the Mavericks man is back at it. Yes, I am back. And so yeah, I have basically 2 demographics, and I kind of, hey, Kega Alex is also here. I try to kind of balance both topics. It's a little tricky. I even thought about like setting up a second channel just for Blender stuff, so I have Mega Man stuff and Blender stuff. But oftentimes both topics are so intersected and intertwined that it's not really possible to split both things. Because when I create a character in Blender, people are interested how I do it in Blender, but also Mega Man fans are interested in seeing their favorite characters come to life. So it's a little bit tricky, so I can't really just create like a second channel or second social media presence for one thing and the other. For some instances it might work, but for other it wouldn't work. So I decided I'm just gonna alternate, and maybe how I feel how the perception is, how much I posted maybe about one thing, so I'm gonna switch to the other thing. So I just trying to keep the balance alive to make everyone happy. And yeah, we'll see how this will work out. Today is the first stream, I believe, that is not Mega Man related, so we'll see how this will go. Yeah, so far we have 13 people, so that's pretty cool. Bobby Blue Holiday, what's up? Good, GG on the work you've been doing, man. This is peak content. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thank you very much, Bobby. Yeah, I'm doing my best, trying to do my best. Yeah. So yeah, in a second I will just start explaining what we're gonna do here. Just have a little snack bowl here with some nuts and some chocolate. Okay, cool. Also a good friend of mine, Vinny, is apparently also watching currently. Hey, Vinny. Yeah, so I think I can like officially start explaining what we're gonna do today. So, as you see here, we have a kind of like a robot here. But we only have like arms and legs, right? So what this is, hey, there he is, Dr. Madness, say hey. So what this is currently is, so for those who don't know, I have a oh, YouTube soft banned me on picking a fight. What? At least the live stream leeway is merciful. How do you pick a fight on YouTube? Jeez. So for those who don't know, I have a Patreon. Yeah. Hey, Pavel! He's also here. Hey, that's awesome. Some Blender heads here already. Pretty cool. So, as I was saying... okay, chat's doing some weird stuff. As I was saying, I have a Patreon. So for everyone who is interested in the things that I do and would like to support me, please join my Patreon. That's the best way to support the Maverick series and all the work that I've been doing. And on my Patreon, I have a rigging course. And this rigging course I can show you right here. Let's go to the shop. This is like a little course. It's a little bit over 2 hours. And in this course, you'll learn basically mechanical rigging. So how to rig, for example, pistons or like a robotic leg with some interesting like mechanical movements, a mechanical arm. There are also cables, gears. That's the first episode where we learn the basics of like IK rigging. And here's also like a YouTube, like a clamp, basically like a robot hand. And this one is already free on YouTube. So if you're here, you can also check this out, this one episode. And if you think you like it, then you can maybe consider either joining my Patreon or purchasing the whole set as a one-time payment. It's $7.90, so I hope that's a fair price for over 2 hours of content and like learning rigging like content basically. So, and this is the first phase basically of this rigging course. So these are just small episodes where we go over each topic and I explain to you how to use it in the most efficient and easy way. And I thought about like, okay, this is fine, but it would be even better for you to have an example how to use it. So like a real world use for those systems. So I came up with the phase 2 of this course, which will use all those systems and mechanics and lessons, and we apply it to a like a proper project. And this is the project. And I just came up with the idea that I'm gonna build a robot, and then I'm gonna rig it, and I'm gonna make like a second phase to this whole course, so that I can teach people how to properly apply it to a specific setup, so you can see how those systems actually work in a real setting when you want to actually accomplish a specific thing. And I think a robot is the next best thing to do, because robots can be very complex. I could also do like some kind of machine, I don't know. But robots are cool. Robots are awesome. So I think that's a interesting way of applying all those mechanical systems. And yeah, I already created those arms and the legs. I will show you those in a second. But today we're gonna create a body for him, a body and a head. And this won't be rigged for now. This will be just a design and creating like an interesting looking robot. So far the robot doesn't have a design itself. It's just the mechanical parts. I'm still thinking about giving him like an outer shell, so that he actually has like a certain look. But so far it's just the skeletons for the legs and the arms, and we're gonna see how much we can create for him in terms of his upper body and kind of like a head. If we also create a shell or we just create his inner workings. We'll see about that, but one step at a time. Okay. Hello, my name is Sebastian. Greetings from Colombia. Man, your work with the Mega Man X, it's insane. I'm a graphic designer. I always image a Mega Man movie and your vision is from another world. Thank you very much, Sebastian. I am also a graphic designer. For those who don't know, I started as a graphic designer over 20 years ago, and I've been doing graphic design, like 2D advertising, like graphic design, designing flyers, posters, logos, all that fun stuff. I've been doing this since forever, but only recently, in the last 5 years, I switched basically to 3D. Not completely. I still have 2D design clients that I really like, so I'm definitely staying with those. But other than that, I only do 3D work. So yeah, that's my fast background basically. Jaman, Damjan Jasovek. I don't know if I said it right. Hi, hello. Well, yeah, so just 1 second. Just gonna get something to eat. Okay, so I think we can start. So the idea is, first we have this rig here. By the way, these are just copies here, so they don't really matter. We have an arm here that's looking like this. Super proud of this thing. This was a pain in the ass to set up. With the pistons and the linkages and everything. I tried so many variations, but in the end, this is how it looks like. And I think this is actually pretty cool. So I'm super excited to begin recording the course, showing you how to set up something like this. It's not super difficult, but I think the most difficult thing is to actually come up with an idea for it. And I found one key word that you can search for, and I didn't know this word for a long time, but this will give you all the content, all the ideas for interesting setups. That's called linkage. If you Google linkage, you will get, especially on YouTube, you will get so much like interesting mechanics and like engineering channels that show interesting linkages. And this is really, really cool. I can just show you what comes up on YouTube if you just type in linkage. So you can see here stuff like this. And this is perfect for like Blender rigging, to learn rigging. This setup is actually a pretty cool exercise, I would say, to see how to work with bones and with Blender rigs. But you can also see something like this here. This is also really cool. Stuff like this, or a little bit more advanced linkages. This should also be fairly easy, I believe. Although I'm not sure actually. But yeah, this looks really cool. Something like this. So yeah, if you wanna learn how to do something like this, just type in linkage and there you go. Also, this channel here, Thang010146, this is a big inspiration for me because this as you maybe have seen here. This here is the same thing here. This was my inspiration for the first part of the rigging course. So I took this as a template and I decided to recreate it because it's simple, but it still teaches you a lot. So yeah, that's what we got here. And these are a few like linkages, and even works like this. Or yeah, I mean, it's not super accurate, but still there's a lot of clipping going on here, but I don't mind. Nobody will see it in the end, so it's fine. So yeah, that's the arm. And we have also this little thing here, and this is controlling the hand, the clamp. So this is really cool. This was also part of this guy's YouTube channel, this hand here, or this clamp, and I decided to combine it with the arm so that you can see you have this piston here, and this one is opening and closing the clamp. This was also a little bit tricky for me because there are many ways how to do it, but yeah, I found a pretty cool way, I think, to do this. So yeah, this is the arm. And recently I created also this leg, which is also pretty cool and looks like this. So you will have like a piston here, so when we rotate the foot, you can kind of see these ones move, but also when you move it, this one is contracting. And also we have like a double piston here, so you can see it's made out of, I don't know if it's called double piston, I just call it double piston, but it's made out of two or three, actually, like a triple piston. It's made out of three parts that go together, and this is also, I like doing this stuff. This is really fun. And what's really cool also is with this one, this has also like a toe pivot, which is pretty cool. So yeah, so these are the legs and arms of the robot. And yeah, this is basically the same thing here. Hey Douglas! Awesome to see you here. Some regulars here. And yeah, this is also working perfectly fine, I would say. There's a pivot point at the foot here, so we can actually also go to the sides with the foot, and it's still working. There's one pivot point and the other one is at the bottom. Mug, heyo! So yeah, that's our basis. So how do we start with creating a body? Well, the first part is actually a design, an idea that you kind of try out and see, okay, what can we do with it? And what we can do here is we go into Photoshop, or in any photo editing software of your choice. I have Photoshop here. I'm just gonna sketch out some ideas. I have kind of like a rough idea how to do it, but no like specific look for the robot. But I have some ideas, so I would like to iterate on those. So I exported the look of the robot from the side and from the front, so we can kind of sketch out some ideas. So this will be the front, so that's fine. And I think it would be good to... I'm already trying to use Blender shortcuts in Photoshop, but it's not working like that. I think the robot needs to be a little bit more narrow. And then I create a new layer. Oh, it's also CMYK. Why the heck is it CMYK? Nope. All good. That's I have a German version of Photoshop, so don't be alarmed when it says something different that you maybe can't that you can't understand. And it's a weird coincidence, but today I actually saw someone on Twitter post like a pretty cool robot that was actually very similar to this one. And it's not possible that he saw mine and created this or otherwise, because this is not public so far. But I want to show you because I think he has a very interesting design that would fit this one here pretty well. So I don't want to create the same thing, but it goes in a similar way. So okay, so this is when you see it, right? There are some similarities. The arms, now the arms maybe not so much because he has guns, but the legs look kind of similar. They have like this, also like this bird kind of long foot thing here going on. The shin is actually very short. This is cool, but I like the overall style and the feel of the robot. So he looks like a combat robot, and I really like it. So I think I will also go in a similar direction with this one. So we'll see about that, how this will go. This is a big experiment for me because I never did like coming up with ideas live on stream. So we'll see how this will go. But I think it's something that many people have asked me how I come up with ideas for robots, and I would love to say that, oh yes, it's just this natural thing that comes to me, and I don't know, it's like a talent or like an epiphany that I have. In the end, it's just a lot of trial and error. So you try one thing, you discard it again, you see, oh, that doesn't work, you erase it, you try new things out. But while doing this, you come up with new ideas. There are many like happy accidents that you see, like, oh, hey, that might be cool. Oh, I think I'm onto something here and here. So I'm hoping for something like this to happen today. So we'll see about that. So the first thing that we can do is, I usually don't start with the inner skeleton, but because this is for a rigging course, I thought this is not too bad. We can just model the insides first and then put a shell on top of him. I don't have to follow like a preset design as with the Mavericks, so I can also start from the beginning and then see where this leads us. So start with the insides. I like the backwards knee. Yeah, double knee looks because it gives a sense of agility and stability. Yeah, exactly. I like that too. This is a really cool. Yeah, like a doot. Many animals have this actually, but in reality, this is just like a long foot. So these are actually toes, and this is the foot. This is the heel basically here, and then the actual like lower leg or shin starts, and here you have the main leg. Yeah, many animals have those, and for exactly the reasons that you said, Mug. It's like it gives it a sense of agility and stability. So I like that a lot. Also, I get thrown off sometimes whenever I redo buttons. It's Control-Shift-Z rather than Control-Y sometimes. Oh yeah, true. In Microsoft software, it's Control-Y actually. But I'm happy that in other software, also like DaVinci, for example, its redo is Control-Shift-Z. So that's cool. Bobby, legs kind of remind me of the kind of legs werewolves have. It's got that radical backwards knee built for speed. Yeah, exactly. So what also helps, and that's a good point, is to think about, okay, what is the robot made for? What is its purpose? And to build on top of that. So on top of that idea, so, okay, what's the robot actually doing? what is he made for, because robots are usually built by humans or by other robots, depending on where you are and what kind of universe. And there's always a purpose for a robot. Let's go with human world logic. So this robot, as you guys already said, so it has like this speed and agility kind of legs. So I think his purpose might be to be fast. So we also have this clamp. So it's not really thought through, probably from me. But this looks like something for construction, maybe for carrying something or maybe destroying something. Maybe it's made for, I don't know, maybe it's not a practical use, but more like a more vicious use. So for warfare, for example. This also reminds me a little bit of robots from Avatar, for example, or from Matrix, from third one. They have like those robots where the people go in. This could also be something like this. So yeah, we can play around with ideas and think like, okay, what could the use be? It could be anything, basically. So let's see the rendered view again. So it's very gray so far. I can still color it, but I think the idea of something that you use for maybe combat support is maybe a good idea. So for combat, you need agility and speed. So this is good. We already have the legs for it. But this one doesn't have weapons so far. We'll see about that. But it has like those clamps. So these can be to grab things, to carry things. So this could be like maybe like a support robot that is used in the warfare or in combat, that helps out the actual shooting or fighting robots. So I think that's a neat idea that we can elaborate on, and so we can try to go with this route. And for this, this robot needs a hip. So we will start with some basic anatomy features. So first we need a hip. This will go here. We need some shoulders, because for it to also be agile with his arms, he also needs shoulders. And oftentimes when I see people design characters or even robots, they just do something like this. So you have the body, and then the arm goes here, and this is the only pivot point. And then you have a pivot point maybe here, and this is the head. But the arms just rotate on one point. But the thing is that also human shoulders, but also animal shoulders, basically everything in nature, the shoulder has its own like movement range. So when I go big, you can see when I move my arm. Oh, I just activated the camera that is following me. It's happening when I put my hand up. So let's do this. Okay, now it stopped. So whenever you move your arm forward or backward, you see how much this whole part from here to here is moving. Especially when you raise your arm. Whoops. It's a little bit warm here. You see how much this part here, the collarbone and everything, is moving up. And this is a very important part of making a character feel believable. So this is also important to implement into in this character here. A deep environment scout drone. Whoa, okay. That's actually a great idea, like a scout. Okay, wait. I need to think about it. Scouting an area, deep environment scout drone. Yeah, so he needs to move like rubble and maybe climb. Like those clamps are probably made for climbing. I think that's a better idea. Okay, you see, this is why I have you guys here to help me out with with coming up with ideas. So scouting is really, really cool. It's like a yeah. This one is sent up first, so people can see, okay, what is going on in that area, and he doesn't need to fight, he just needs to scout. Okay, scout robot it is. Awesome. Thank you, Bobby Blue Holiday. Damn Jen, I'm from Slovenia. Hey, that's awesome. I've been to Slovenia not too long ago. I think like 3 years ago. I went to Slovenia. One time I was just in the Alps, and I did like a little trip just for one day to Slovenia because it was very close. And I found it so beautiful that I think 1 or 2 years later, I did a great like a big holiday trip for 2 weeks through Slovenia. I have a camper van with my girlfriend, so we went there, and Slovenia is amazing. It's beautiful, and it's also cheap compared to Germany. So we even have this idea to maybe like buy a house there or something, like a little like a vacation hut or something. That's an idea, just but yeah, that beautiful country, seriously. Have you ever heard of Metroid Dread? These are those robots called EMM. I think you dig it. Metroid Dread, yeah, I heard about it. Let's see. And these are called EMM. Okay, let's see. Oh, ME. Oh, sorry. Not just EM. Oh, yeah. I saw that. I remember when the game came out. This was the thing that's chasing you the whole time, right? Yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay, let's see how... Ooh, okay. These, I already see some parts that are very cool that we might actually take some inspiration from. So, this is the Emmy. No, you wrote Emmy. It's just I didn't see the last eye. It's just very, very small. Yeah, so I really dig the upper body here to have a very thin waist, and then the upper body is a little bit bigger. So we can already also see it here. It has already a shell, so we don't know what's going on in the below the structure. Those things can modify their bodies to fit the surroundings. Oh, that's awesome. So also this kind of thing. Again, we have those chicken legs, I would say. And it also doesn't have... Does it have like some kind of machine gun or some pistols? No. It has also just claws. So that's really cool. Yeah, it looks really, really cool. Okay, I definitely need to save some images from this guy here because it's really cool. And also it has like a design that I really like, which is a little bit... There is some familiarity in it, but also it still looks alien and foreign, especially with the small head that is basically just one big eye. I really like that. So this is really, really cool. So I will definitely take some inspiration from that. Okay, awesome. Thanks for the tip. This is really, really good. And yeah, so where were we? So with the names remind me of the Portal series, more accurately Portal 2. Yeah, true. The big eye a little bit looks like GLaDOS from Portal 2. Has a spike that comes out of his face for DNA extraction and for his primary attack. Okay, cool. Yeah, well, so let's create our own Emmy. Maybe I will call it Emmy. Oh no, what? I want you guys to come up with an interesting name for a robot. So yeah, we already said it will be like for scouting, for I don't know, what is it? Is it right? Reconnaissance? What is reconnaissance? I'm not sure, but it sounds like that's the right word I want to use. Oh no, that's not reconnaissance. Okay, I probably wanted to say something else. Scouting is the right word. Okay, let's call them like it has something to do with scouting. Okay, so I would like you guys to come up with a name. It's not Emmy, but it can be something similar. So maybe we can do something with that. Okay, so let's jump into Photoshop and let's see what we can do here. So it would be cool to have like a hip. So let's check Emmy again. Okay, I'm just gonna copy him in here. So we have like a template. Put him in the corner. Yeah, so for us to make it a little bit more easier to later on for rigging and for movement, I think it's easiest for both legs and arms to have just like ball joints. Because we could also do like some kind of complex mechanism there, and I've already done some in the past, but it can get a little more way too complicated because it's those legs and arms, they can move in all directions, and to make sure that all those parts work together well, it's hard. So I just make a ball joint, and these you can move those in all directions, and you don't have to worry about other mechanics that need to work together. So I think something like this might be actually good. And then we have here like a big like a cylindrical thing. So from the side it would be like a cylinder. You know what? Let's create two sides here. So this is side and this is front. So from the side, don't need Emmy here. And oh, where's the side? Here's the side. So from the side, this would look like this perfect circle. So for those who don't know, I am using like a digital pen, but circles are not that great here. So but I still like to. No, I don't want to have additional shapes. I just like using pens because it reminds me of my childhood when I was drawing a lot. So that's still inside me somehow. Yeah. But this is basically it. So this can also be, oops. This can also have like some kind of like this. So this is also the main pivot point for its own whole body. So it's important that it can carry a lot of weight. And then we have basically this part here, which is also like a spine. So a spine is very important because it gives the whole robot a lot of flexibility, and it can move in all directions. So we can kind of decide how to curve it. And spines also let your robots look a little bit more anatomically correct, which has also like this kind of visceral feel because it has a spine. It looks like some kind of animal. Sorry. And I also like to not just mimic anatomy, but to do something different with it. So, for example, here, usually you would create a spine that. Whoops. And with here. You would usually create a spine that goes maybe like this, right? But with robots, there are no rules. We can try to mimic maybe like a human body, but we don't have to. And I like to get a little creative, and let's say, what if his his spine goes maybe first like this, maybe something like this. So we will have a spine here. This is just an idea. Spine here, and then we will have two branches basically that go, again, the layers. So this is the spine from the front, and then it will have like this. You know what? I'm gonna create a another image, but like from here, so I can draw in 3 dimensions. This will be maybe a little bit easier to understand. Okay, so just ISO. So I'm gonna create a third like place. As a name, Logic would be pretty cool, maybe. That's not too bad, actually. True. Okay, so this is MA. Let's put it to the bottom. Logic. Okay, Logic is good. That's already on the list. Maybe something that it's a little bit more that fits his task a little bit more. So finding things out, something like that. But here, just to elaborate on the spine idea. So first we would have here this middle part. Depending on, maybe this can be a little bit bigger here. Okay, and then we'll have some ball joints here, and where's the leg? Somewhere around here. And then these will be connected on the sides. So, and then the spine can actually go maybe from the sides here. So I can see something like this here. Be connected on both sides. Then it connects together, and then it creates like this curvature. Because what I can see is that it has like this hollow stomach where it can maybe store some things or carry things. Maybe to have some optional storage inside its belly. So basically here. So it will have a chest that will be here. But this one will be empty, but there will be maybe some holding kind of things that will hold cargo in place. That's one idea. Because when you do scouting, you also need you bring something back, like some samples or some kind of things that you need to bring. So this is actually a cool idea, I think. Plus, also when you create those like holding clamps for the cargo, they can look like ribs, maybe. Oops, again with the wrong layer. And one thing that I love to do is use like inside body anatomy, like like the skeleton structure, and use it for robots. I also did it for Bumakwanga. I did it for Spark Mandrill. And ribs, when you see ribs, it kind of has this feeling for people to have like this visceral kind of thing. Ribs we usually associate with skeletons, so death and not being alive, or being damaged a lot. And when I use ribs, or like a rib structure similar to ribs, it already has like this kind of gritty feeling, which I like. So I could definitely see having like some big ribs here, maybe 2 from both sides, so something like this. So there will be, again, wrong layer. So maybe this could be a part where the ribs are attached to, and then we will have one big rib, maybe like a clamp at the end, and a smaller rib with a smaller clamp, and from the other side the same. So this will be a place for cargo, for samples, for anything we want. But we don't need to design it, at least not now, for holding a specific size or anything. This will just be the structure around its purpose. So I think this could actually be pretty cool. So also here, I think this will have like this rib holder, and then we will have 1 rib, 2 rib, and also here. Scout, surface cyborg for oceanic and underwater testing. Wait, is that an acronym? Surface cyborg, oceanic, and underwater testing. That's not too bad. Did you come up with it yourself, or did you ask ChatGPT or something and then I too came up with this? But I like the 5 count. I like this a lot. And it's simple, and it explains what he's doing. Maybe he should come up with something that's not just made for underwater, because I would also make him run, stuff like this. So for underwater running, it's maybe not very fitting, but I like the name already, so that's cool. Will this model be used in the Maverick episodes at all? Good question. So the idea is not, but it would be a shame to waste it. So I think I will definitely find a way to incorporate it. I need to think about all the story ideas that I have for future episodes. And I think, oh yeah. I have in one episode, there will be a few more enemies, and my idea was to only use Mega Man enemies, but I could put him in there. That's a good idea. I could definitely do that. As a southpaw, my brain is hard for creativity. What is a southpaw? I actually don't know what that is. By the way, I'm from Germany, so I'm not a native English speaker, so some forms of slang or so I'm maybe not familiar with, so I need to explain. Okay, so let's get back to work. So I think this could work. This maybe not so much like this, so it should be a little bit more round maybe. How this will look, we will decide in Blender. Oh, that means you're left-handed. The southpaw mean left-handed? I never heard that term. But that's interesting. I'm right-handed, so I don't know that. Right, let me just quickly rotate the camera a little bit. Okay. So I think this could also already work. Then the upper body. So the upper body needs, I think, to have a lot of strength. So I think we need to have it. It's a boxing term. Oh, interesting. Oh, by the way, Pavel, Blender conference. Do you have already your ticket? Because I do. And I expect you to see you there again. Love the Metroid Dread inspiration. Yeah, the other people came up with it here. Bobby. Yeah, so the upper body needs to carry a lot of strength. Sorry, I'm eating. I hope it's not too distracting. It needs to be strong. It needs to carry a lot of weight when it's maybe lifting something up. So there need to be a lot of, I would say, like pistons, and some mechanical like I don't know, like some armatures that keep everything together. See you there for sure. Awesome. I'm already like, when I got my ticket, already was riding with a lot of people from last year's, and yeah, definitely need to. I'm already like in the mood of going there, but it's still like, what, like 5 months until then? It's way too long there. But already, Vinny's also come. I don't know if you know Vinny. No, yeah, I think you do. The guy from Seattle. He is like 80% sure that he's coming also. So that's gonna be cool. Oh, also Vinny is also here on the stream. At least he was. I don't know if he still is. Vinny, say hi if you're there. Okay, so I think will be cool to. This is this one, yes. To have some kind of supports here. Yeah, you know Vinny. Yeah, of course. Yeah, the last time he wasn't there, he was in LA, but he wasn't in Amsterdam. So something like this, I would say. Yeah, so the arms are attached here. Again, run layer. Attached, they are here, but they also need support here, I think. So something like a piston maybe, so that this will have a pivot point here. You know what, I'm just gonna create. Is it the right thing? Oh, I see. Okay, that's easier for me because I don't need to switch layers all the time. Yeah, Dr. Madness. Hi, Vinny. Where was I? So yeah, we are here. So this will be like a additional pivot point here. There needs to be something strong. Maybe also like a. Let's combine all the layers here. Okay. So I could see also to have. Okay, maybe a disc that is oriented like this. So the head will be attached to it, but it also will have those parts here. Ah, there he is, Dr. Madness. Sorry, I'm insistent. What do you think about the AI? I'm referred in the digital work environment. That's a big topic. I don't know if I can get into that here on the stream. Recently, I made a poll about. I'm planning on doing like a Q&A video, ask a Blender artist, something like that, or like ask me anything. And funny enough, on all social media platforms, I got maybe like on Twitter 2 questions, on Instagram it was 5, and on other social media I think like maybe 2 here, 3 there, so not that much. And I thought like, okay, that's not enough content to make a whole video. So I posted the question also on Reddit, and I got like 80 questions, and I'm now suddenly like, okay, I think this is enough for 3 videos. So I will definitely soon make some videos like ask a Blender artist or ask me, and I will try to answer all the questions. And AI is also one of those questions, so I will definitely answer that. Would you by chance have a Facebook? Yes, I do. Because I'm in like Blender and Mega Man groups and stuff like this. So it's just wait, I can share probably. it in the chat. How do I share my own account? Boop, boop, boop. See if that works here. Okay, this link should work. Yeah, so there I'm very active. So speaking of robots, hey, Toaster Bones, good to see you. So AI, that's a big topic. I don't know if I can get into it in the whole detail. My main idea is that I always try to see it, to split the, no, how do I say it? I try to be nuanced. AI is a big buzzword and it's used for everything. So when I talk about AI, I talk about AI in terms of image generation, 3D model generation, which is getting better and better, video generation. And I think we need to always look at it from two different perspectives, from the production side and from the artistry side. And I think for production settings in an agency or in film production or whatever, if something is art or not is irrelevant. Unfortunately, it's a very sad statement, but I think when it comes to a production environment, efficiency matters most and the end result matters most. How you came to create this result is not really relevant. And the artists working are artists, of course, but it's not the place for them to be admired as artists. And I think in the end result is what matters. And how, if you have the choice of getting to a goal in 1 hour or 1 week, the obvious answer is 1 week. 1 hour, sorry. So even if you have the best artist, a production studio, a client, they just want to have the end result work for them, for the purpose. So they will probably not care about the artists, which is really sad. And I'm also, I think, the same thing about myself. But unfortunately, I think that's where everything's going. And the sooner we are comfortable with the idea, the better. The better we can deal with it. So that's one thing. For production, I think this will all go in this direction. But in terms of artistry, so I also talk about movies and film, television. When it comes to artistry, AI is definitely not art, because, and this is the biggest thing that I think almost nobody's talking about. And this is my biggest realization, and I think everyone should think about that. Art has always context. This is I could tattoo it on my chest. Art has always and always will be about the context. So how it was created. When you see a painting, for example, and it looks photoreal, it looks like a photo, and you don't know that it's a painting. You see watch it and see oh yeah, that's a photo, cool, because you assume it was taken with one snapshot. It's okay, yeah, sure. And then I tell you the same image, no, it's actually a painting. Someone painted it with a brush. The context changes everything. Suddenly it's a masterpiece. It's the same image. So that tells me that it's never about pretty pictures. It's never about having something look nice. It's always about the context, how it was created, the struggle, the suffering, the achievement of something has always been part of art. If you see AI create something, it's just like with a push of a button. It can fulfill the purpose for inspiration, for maybe you need a background image for something you're creating. That's perfectly fine. But you didn't do it. In that term, you are the client and you make a request for a digital artist to create something. And the AI is the digital artist. It creates something. And for example, if I create something and you're the client and I give it to you, you can't take and say, hey guys, look what I did. No, you didn't do it. You sent a request. I gave you some options. You chose the one that works for you best. And that's it. And that's what we do with AI. We send a request as the client. Hey, I would like to have this image look so and so. It gives you maybe some options. You can revise it. You can give feedback. But when in the end an image comes out that looks really cool and you said, oh, I spent hours, that only tells me that you are good in communicating your ideas. But you are not the artist. You are the idea guy, you know? And and what I realized is also that we always admire human achievement. If some AI creates something, we think, okay, it's cool. The technology behind it is really impressive. I find it really impressive. But because you can create it in a with some button pushes, it becomes very fast, like stale and unimpressive, because you can create it 1,000 times. If you create something 1,000 times in 5 minutes, then it's not impressive. Then it becomes the new like low bar. And for people to achieve something, they have to struggle. That's something that is admirable. And I think people will always admire it. And I think, for example, if you can create in the future complete movies or TV shows just with AI, yeah, we look at it and think like, okay, it looks good. But because there is no human hand in this, we won't care about it. And I think this will be a realization for Netflix, for many industries to come, that people won't care about AI generated movies and TV, because they will know that it won't have the same impact and feeling, because no real brain was behind it. But I think it will have a niche existence. I think it won't replace movies or TV or whatever, but it will have a parallel. It will be its own genre. So AI will be a genre that you can go to Netflix and you can type in some criteria that you like to see. It will generate a perfect movie or show for you, but it won't have the same impact as human generated stuff, because it will be bland. Because when you get everything that you want, it's not like fascinating for us. We need something that surprises us, that we don't know what is coming. But with AI, everything is possible. When everything is special, nothing is. Now I'm quoting Syndrome from the Incredibles. If everything is special, nothing is. And this is basically the end result of everything that has come with AI so far. So what I also like to use as a analogy for AI is, like Ninja Warrior, the parkour thing where you have like all those obstacles and people running through those, and in the end they push the button and they are there. So for me, that's like an artist. That's an achievement, and we root for this person, and it was like, whoa, that's impressive. And then someone comes in and runs around the parkour and runs up to the button and pushes and said, ha, I achieved the same thing. I'm the same as you that run the parkour. And we would see this person and say like, no, you pushed the same button. Yes, you got to the end of the parkour. But because you just ran around, you took the easy way, it's not as impressive. We don't admire you. It's not about the result. It's about how you got there. And that's what art is about, how you got there. And we care about the human influence in art. Ooh, long story short, yeah, it's tricky. But yeah, that's my thing. For production, it will make things easier. But also, what the past has taught me in production settings, because it will make things much easier, like a lot of things easier, that people will lose their jobs, unfortunately. It will just raise the bar for new things to come. So for now, like Roto and creating something photorealistic is we struggle with it. And in the end, it's an achievement and it's very cool. Yeah, cool. But in a production setting, it was it will be easier, and that's good because we get to the goal faster. But then we will find new ways to challenge ourselves. When you create, we can create everything on the screen. Then we will come up with a new form of media. We will come up with new ways of creating something that AI is still struggling with. We will find the things that it can't do, because people are always wanting more, wanting to achieve more. We want to go to Mars, then we want to go to other planets, stuff like this. If we went a mile, then the next step is to go 2 miles, 3 miles. And when AI can do everything, or seemingly everything, it seems like they can do everything, or they will do everything. But we will come up with new methods of entertainment, of something that the AI can't do. And then it will probably keep up, and then we will come up with new stuff. So the art or the entertainment that as we know it probably won't last that long. But I am confident that we will find new ways to outplay AI so that humans can create something that it can't do. Ooh, that was a lot. But yeah, this is kind of my stance on the whole thing. So what are you guys saying to that? I think it's a neat tool, but like as a traditional artist, I simply cannot compete. Tough world out there. Yeah, true. So yeah, again, it depends on why are you doing the art. Are you doing the art to achieve a goal for a client maybe? Then you can't compete. That's just a fact. You can't compete. But if you're doing it for yourself to show people, hey, look what I created, then you definitely can compete with art, because when someone shows AI art, it's like, yeah, cool. As soon as you know it's AI generated, the interest like drops to a zero, because it's generated with just one button click. But if you say, hey, this is what I've been working on in the past week, and it looks the same, even if it looks the same, people will say, whoa, that's cool, you did it with your own hands, your own ideas and everything, and people will admire it, because as humans, we always admire human achievement. So yeah, in production, as I said, it's a different story. But for people to create art just to show off, maybe because art has different purposes. It can just be, hey, look what I achieved, or look what I can do, or maybe to have a message or something. AI can't do message, because as soon as we know the message comes from AI, even if it's a very impactful image, as soon as we know it's made from AI, the impact is lost, at least for me, because I know there isn't like a profound thought about behind it. But if you create that with the same thought in mind, then I admire you for having that stance, that idea, wanting to impact me with your art in this certain kind of form. So yeah, that's what I think will be still valuable for a long time, because it's human achievement. Yeah, I think what man-made 3D models have over AI 3D models is topology. Yeah, but it will get better. And there are already new models that have good topology. Topology is just math. And AI is very good at math. So AI will solve this very soon. I think within the next year, we will have AI generated 3D models with very good topology. And unfortunately, I see that if you're an artist that creates assets for various things, this is unfortunately a dying job, because to just type in an asset that you want to have and you get it instantly and it fits perfectly your world, your style, your purpose with good topology, you can't compete with this. So in the end, I think everybody will be able to generate 3D assets for everything, and very, very specific ones. Because so far, all the assets that you get are created for one purpose, mostly. Is it Archviz? Is it like industrial or whatever? You will get for everything that you can come up with, you can create the perfect asset. And unfortunately, that's detrimental to 3D artists creating assets and living from it. I thought about selling assets, and I don't think I will, because the AI will catch up very soon. AI is soulless. Yeah, it is, but it can be pretty. And that's the thing, it can be pretty, but because it's soulless, because there is no achievement behind it, it's just pretty, and that's it. And if you go to like an AI website that lets you generate things, the first thing you see is like a wall of very pretty pictures. If you told me all those are made by humans, I would say, Jesus, these are a lot of very creative and talented artists. But if it's just AI, it's the prettiest things that I've seen. But because it's AI, I feel nothing. I feel nothing here. The point with AI generated images being like commissioned someone is the thing most AI prompters forget. The point with AI generated images being like commissioning some. Yeah, exactly. They see themselves as artists, and I think that's just not true. It's literally not true. It's all result and not process. Exactly. Excellent answer of the issues to AI. Yeah, thank you. Syndros was right. Yeah, with if everyone's special, no one is. Yeah. Agreed. Yes, Bobby. AI has at least helped tremendously in the medical field. True. So yeah, I find it very important when we talk about AI to specifically say what kind of AI, because AI is just... And unfortunately, I see a lot of people when they just hear the phrase AI or the buzzword AI, they immediately say, "Oh, not with me. I don't want to do anything with it." There are a lot of things that where AI can help. Solving crimes in medical fields, especially. It can solve mysteries about languages, for example. Like ancient languages are being decrypted right now through AI models. Stuff like that. So it will benefit humanity, I think, in the long run. There will be just a few casualties, and artists are, in production settings, are one of those things. Yeah. Also, one more analogy, and then I'm done with the AI talk. One more analogy that I find interesting with how an artist or seemingly artist creates AI art is when you go to a chef, for example, and say, "Hey, make me a pizza," or make me a meal. It's something like you type in for an AI, "Make me a pretty picture." The chef will make some great meal. And they say, "Hey, here you go." The artist takes it and said, "Hey guys, look what I did." No, they did not do it, right? Now the next step is if the client, let's say call him client, goes to the chef and say, "Make me a meal, but use those and those ingredients." So a more specific request. The chef makes it, and again, you have a meal. Did the client do the meal? No. But he had a little bit of influence in this. He influenced the ingredients, right? So the next thing is the client goes to the chef and says, "Make me a meal, use these ingredients and cut them in those shapes and put them in like a specific order." The chef does it. Did the client create the meal? Still no, but you can argue that his influence was a little bit more in this meal. So there is some ideas of him are in there, but he still didn't create it. Then the next step is the client goes to the chef and says, okay, use this knife, use these tools, use these ingredients and this specific thing, and I will also help you cut the onions, for example. The meal is done, and who did the meal? Well, the chef still, but the client helped a little bit. And what I want to say with it is that some AI artists, quote unquote, take AI and Photoshop it and maybe change some little things here and there. And then they claim, well, I know, yeah, the first thing was from the AI, but I changed it and I Photoshopped it and I retouched it and I changed things. And that's where we get in this this kind of gray area where you still can have influence on the final image, but then you can't really say who did the art, because then you have to elaborate. Yes, I started it, but I took it as a first step, and then I changed things. So there is influence from me in there. But that's where you can't really just say who did it, because then all the lines blur and you can actually take something as an inspiration or as a basis, but still put enough work, then it's actually to some degree it's still your art. And this will be very, very frustrating probably in the coming years to explain, that people have to explain how much of it was AI and how much was not, because it's never just, it's the most simple thing to just type in something, it generates something, and that's it. But there will be a lot of people that will still take it as a basis and workshop it and do more things with it. But unfortunately, the internet is not a nuanced place. There is no room for gray areas and nuance. It's just black and white. You did it, you didn't do it. Was it AI? Yes, then you didn't do anything. And this will be very frustrating. So I try to stay out of this kind of drama a little bit. Okay, and that's it for AI. that was my intention to talk about AI so much. So I noticed with a lot of Rockman enemies over the years, a lot of them have animal motifs to base their functions around. Will Scout have such as in this design? I like the barrel-shaped backside going on. It's me of a beetle in a strange way. Huh. Do you mean so this part here? Yes, so I don't think so. That would be one more layer of meaning and design that would be important in the first place, to start thinking about it before actually starting with the whole thing. So I don't think this will have some kind of animal themed topic. Maybe I can later on, when I put a shell on him, maybe I can come up with something interesting, but so far it's not the idea. Okay, AI topic is over. I don't want to hear anything about it anymore, and we continue designing this character. So it's almost, yeah, already like 1.5 hours, and I was just, half of it I was just talking about AI. And people are still here. Okay, so I didn't like scare anyone away, or now people think I'm an apologist for AI. Okay, so yeah, we need some supports here for sure. Something that goes, maybe we need a bigger chunk also here, and this will be connected to this one, and also, oops, the arm will be connected to this here. So here we need something. I also like to, I think it's important to think about all those components of a robot. So where is the power source, for example? Where's his fuel? Where is his like nervous system maybe? Oh, there also will be cables. So where do the cables go? Is there like a processing unit? So his brain, because he's a robot, the brain doesn't need to be in his head. It can also be in his chest. So where's the brain? Where's the power source? Where is maybe some additional hydraulics? Maybe he has a lot of pistons. So are these hydraulics? I think for like constructions, you use hydraulic, not pneumatics, because pneumatics are air or gas powered. But I think to have proper power behind pistons, I think it needs to be with fluids, so hydraulics. But it also needs to have some kind of like some kind of container for hydraulics. So that's also important to think about. And yeah, I think just to have like this big chest or torso thing where all the important things are in there, I think it's okay. Plus also he can have like a backpack to maybe store some additional features. Maybe like a thruster. So maybe something like this here, just to, you know, like two little thrusters. I could see that. Or maybe some kind of battery on the back, like my Spark Mandrill character. He has also like this backpack basically where the cables go, you know, like here. I could also see that. So this will be like the central unit. If what the eye is in the chest, something like Mecha Sonic from Sonic 3. Oh damn, I didn't watch Sonic 3 yet, so please no spoilers. Dang, Mecha Sonic. Ah damn it, I didn't see it. But it's also already available on streaming, right? Sonic 3 on Apple TV. I think I need to watch it as soon as possible because before I'm spoiled more. Yeah, so be careful if you talk about like very recent movies or anything, because I didn't see like everything. I'm trying to catch up with a lot of things, but I didn't see everything. Oh, Sonic 3D game. Oh, okay. Sorry. Is there a Mecha Sonic? Okay. Wait. Okay. Let's. I don't want to Google Mecha Sonic in case I'm actually spoiling something. So, but he has an eye in his chest. Okay. Forgot to specify. Sorry. No, it's fine. Yes, something glowing in the chest might be actually a cool idea. Okay, so we kind of have so this will be also a little bit bigger. So the shape, I still don't know what the shape will be, but this is like this main processing unit. I've seen Sonic 3 at least 100 times. Is it like exaggeration, or you literally mean 100 times? Because that would be insane. Because the movie hasn't been around for 100 days, I think, right? So you have to watch it. When did it come out? Oh, it's still playing in theaters in Germany. Release date. Oh no, it was December. Okay, that's way more than 100 years. 100 days. Remind me of the mechas of the Alien movie, like the yellow carrier that used. Yes, exactly. That's also very similar. True. Okay, so I think the ideas are fixed here. Now let's talk about the head. So the head, because it's a robot, we can do everything we want, we like to, right? So first let's Let's see, so this will be like the disc that holds the head. So what are we going to do with the head? So I could see the head being a little bit like not human, definitely. I think I would like to see something. So this is also cool with the Emmy. At least 100. Oh Jesus! There are so many good movies out there, and you watch the one thing. But now you actually, it seems like, okay, I need to check out the movie. If there is at least one person who watched it 100 times, there has to be something to it. So I definitely need to watch it. So the head, there are so many ways how to portray a head. Just one big eye, that's one possibility. I think for scouting, so it needs to scout. I think for scouting you need to have a good overview. So just looking to the front wouldn't be a good scouting robot. So I think it needs to have more eyes. So that's one thing. So let's go with the generic, I don't know, like head shape. I could see him having multiple eyes, so something like this. So this is and also on the sides. How about that? So we have 6 eyes in the front, and these are like LiDAR and infrared and all those kind of stuff. So basically like a modern phone. It also has a lot of lenses. So, and also like modern cars, they have sensors all over it. So for scouting, you need a lot of sensors and a lot of stuff. So I think it would be cool to a spider head. Yes, something similar to a spider head. So for example, the Sentinels from the Matrix movies. Yeah, so this, for example, it's a little bit much. I don't want it to have it to be more too much of a spider or octopus, but the idea, I like the idea to have it multiple eyes that can also move, and also it has like a radar dish, stuff like this. So the idea, I think is right, that a scouting robot needs to have an overview of all the surroundings. So I could also see, I don't know, have like this round, I don't know, maybe somewhere like a sensor that is like 360. And it doesn't have to have like a human shape, right? Right now it has like this, you know, like this human head, but that wouldn't look good, I think. So let's see. So that already looks weird. Yeah, that wouldn't work, I think. It looks ridiculous. And because of its curved back, I don't think we can't have a human head. So I think we need something else. We need something like this. It's a little bit more bulky. Maybe something like this. I'm just trying to create something. And we can have, because it also, I like it to have some resemblance of an animal. 2 big main eyes would be maybe cool, but also it will have a few more eyes here, maybe 1 eye here. Oh no, 2 more eyes here, and then it will have some sensors, some kind of sensors on the side. Something like this. AI is like a womb. Both parents contribute the material ideas. The womb develops it. Huh. Interesting. Never thought about it. I need to think about it a little bit more. But interesting idea, yeah. Have it hunched over, yeah. You'd have to have the head kind of sunk into the chest cavity. Basically no neck. Yeah, exactly. Like the combat robot. Yeah, exactly. So let me show it again. Where is it? Where is it? Here it is. Yeah, exactly. I think we need something like this to have it more hunched over. And it also doesn't need to be like this. It can also, I don't know. I oftentimes try to be very brave, quote unquote, with my shapes and my ideas. We often like to use some kind of language or like visual language that we already know, but sometimes I just think like, screw it, let's do with something complete different. So let's do maybe something like this. I don't know. This. Or just sometimes what I do is just create a new layer and do something like this. And then I think, okay, does it look like something? Can I do something with it? So, and then I see, okay, yeah, it could have some kind of, okay, this is an antenna. This is some kind of basis on the neck. And then it goes down. And it has all those eyes here, maybe. And then something is happening. And then I see, okay, so maybe this could be like an interesting shape for a head. It can be super alien. So, yeah. I think a non-human head works better personally. Yeah, for sure. I definitely agree. So this is something. Or let's do another shape. I don't know, something like this. Of the Scud, the disposable assassin. Wait, of the Scud, the disposable assassin. I don't know what that is. From what is that? So this is another shape, and we can see. Ooh, okay. Look at that. You see? I kind of like this. So if turn the canvas, so this could be like a long face, similar to like the Star Wars droids, maybe. It can have like a long head. Then this is like the brain part, maybe. Antenna. Antennas aren't really a thing, I think. And then some kind of connection to the head. Oops. So maybe something like this. What do you guys think? Like a longer. It already gets like a little bit more personality, I think. So yeah, this is nothing. Maybe this looks like ET almost. Like with a long neck. Yeah, but this one, I think this one has some potential. Let's see. Let's try to see it in 3D. So maybe it could have like this narrow thing in the front, and then when I do the topology, it could look like this maybe. Eyes, I'm not sure what to put the eyes. It's an old PlayStation game, the skinny camera looking head you sketched earlier reminded me of it. Still good design. You haven't drawn a bad one yet. Okay, let's see. got the disposable assassin. Oh, interesting. Ah, okay. That looks cool. That's actually not too bad. Okay, so this could be something, and then it goes to the back. Maybe. Okay, this has some potential. But then the eyes. Should we put the eyes? Oh yeah. This actually looks better than I expected it to be. So to have 2 eyes, but also it needs more eyes. I'm still focused on the scouting and seeing everything ideas. So maybe we could put in some eyes over here, or some kind of, and the additional eyes in the front can still be here, or they can rotate maybe, or this part can also be longer. I mean, it doesn't have to be like this. It can also be like this. Man, the idea of Boomerkanger is teleporting is flawless. It's very real. How do you came with that idea? Have you seen the game? How it looks like? I just basically, it wasn't my idea. It was just how it looks in the game. So when you look at him like teleporting or like moving very fast, he has like those little shadows behind him, and this was basically what I just transferred to my thing. But thank you. Great to hear that it worked for you. You could have the eye sensors on top of the head arc, like a mohawk. And then looking at what directions. So I can kind of see it being here, being here. Like just looking up. That would be probably a little bit too weird, right? Yeah, but something like this. Okay, so I think this is something where we can go. So let's save it. And I think we can finally go into Blender to execute the idea. What do you guys think? That head shape is perfect as is. Intimidating and... Okay. So... oops. So maybe have it a little bit more like this. And the arms... we'll see about it. Okay. So the 3D cursor, maybe we put the legs like this. Okay, so we have now a rough template, which is already more than enough. Being sensors, wouldn't they see in all directions? What? The head shape is perfect as is. Intimidating and being sensors, wouldn't they see in all the directions? So does he still need eyes, or maybe some other form of sensors? Okay. So the next thing I like to do is, again, eating. Sorry. Ship out the blockout. The oh, what is going on? What does it do? Like when I just tap it? That's weird. Okay, blocking out the overall like shapes and the proportions. So let's go first with a cylinder. So I'm just gonna roughly see, okay, how could this look like? Something like that. Okay, the piston is attached to this one, okay. So let's see. And then we'll have the ball joint somewhere around here, maybe. Yeah, so something like that. This might actually work. I completely forgot to ask the main questions that I always ask during the streams. So everybody who is here and is still listening, where are you from? What country? Maybe city or state if you want to tell me. But I'm always interested to hear where all the people that are watching my streams are from. So please tell me. The intro of Mega Man X3 where 0 and X is over the flying droid and 0 slash in both fall man. Do you create a short animation of that? Whoa, I dreamed. The intro of Mega Man X3 is over the flying droid and 0 slash it and both fall man. It's not planned to do this, so I'm not sure I will do this. Sorry. Hey P9, Nico and everyone, just passing by to say buenas noches. Hey, buenas noches to you too. Okay, so this is cool, and now let's block out his spine basically. So let's see. I still don't know where the arms can be. So this is the position of the arms is still very open, but I can leave them here for now. Let's see. What are your favorite movie robots? I always like the Neil Blomkamp stuff, District 9 and Chappie. Yes, especially the ones in District 9. I love them. And in Elysium. In Elysium, they have like those humanoid robots that are really cool. Yeah, I love his style. This is very similar to the way I like to portray my characters, which is this not perfect kind of junky kind of look, like realistic and quote unquote, and kind of not too modern and like very sleek and sci-fi. And also in District 9, this mech where the guy gets in. This is also really cool. So yeah, these are definitely very cool robots. Other robots, oh man. Oh, now you got me on the spot. I have no idea. Hard to say. Please, maybe if you guys have some ideas, then I would love to know. Also, where are you guys from? Please tell me. I want to know where you are currently sitting and watching. Okay, so this is kind of cool. I think to have like this. It's kind of straight bases might be cool, but it's I think this is too. No. Oh yeah, I wanted to actually make it like this. Yeah, something like this would be probably pretty cool. And then it can get more narrow, which I also like. And also let's mirror it. This is something that it could look like. Okay, yeah, I like this. Okay, this will be the head, kind of head rotation mount. Let's see, okay, this is actually cool. It's a little bit sad, but I just realized that when I do this kind of thing, there are half as many people joining the stream than when I do some Mega Man stuff. But I don't care. As long as there are people who just join me and we can have a good time. That's more than enough. I don't need to cater to the algorithms. Okay. My preteen child recently got into 3D modeling. Hey! Good choice. I intend to introducing him to these videos to spark an interest in using Blend. Oh, please do. I mean, I hope this will give your child some inspiration or will motivate it, because it's still work, and sometimes it can be frustrating even for me. But if you see something like this, yeah, maybe this can show your child that it can be also fun and inspirational, and you can just draw around. And then I think it's for me as a child, it would be really awesome to see, like, okay, you can draw. Children usually like to draw, and they can draw something that they like, and suddenly you can bring it into a 3D environment. That's actually a cool idea, right? Hey, friend is also here. Awesome. Just happening to say hi. I'm going to sleep now. Have a great stream. Thanks a lot, Fran. Fran is also someone I met at the Blender conference, and she also does her own stream, so check her out. She's really awesome. Okay, so let's create, I don't know, like some kind of body box. So let's say something like this. Could see it looking like this, maybe. Have a great night too, friend. Okay, now the ribs. How do I do the ribs? The ribs can be just 2D. Can start out here. Sorry for not being here, I was chatting with a friend. No, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. Don't worry. Let's delete the arms, not both. So the ribs could look maybe like that. Is it too much? Maybe it's a little bit too much. Yeah, this looks more like it. The ribs, I think they need to be a little bit lower. So let's do it like this. So these are the big ones, and there will be some small ones. So maybe from here. Okay, yeah. I think this could actually work. I do love Chappie, but by pickings, I would say Wall-E, yes. And Robin Williams movie? Do you mean Bicentennial Man? And Megan. Megan was actually... Yeah, Megan was not too bad, actually. Have you seen the trailer for the second Megan movie? That looks ridiculous, but also very fun. I think I will watch it. Okay, so something like this looks, I think, good. Yeah, Bicentennial Man. That looked kind of cool. Very like old school robot design, but still looked cool. Okay, now the attachment to the arms. So I saw here that they go from the top, but since we have this is basically his neck, I will maybe, oh no, you know what? I can imagine doing something. Something like that. And this will be again extruded upwards, and then oh, Robin, I hope you don't live to see the horror lies in this year. Kevin Conroy, also lucky to house lies tomorrow when we lived. What? What are you talking about? Okay, I think the arms need to be a little bit more like here. A bit more sturdy. Maybe like that. It's just a blockout, so I don't really care about good topology or anything like that. This looks already pretty cool, very unique, I think. Okay. Nico, sorry for my curiosity of Mega Man, but your work with Mega Man came some inspirational for me and bring me some new fresh ideas. That's awesome. So what do you do actually with Mega Man? Do you do something with Mega Man? Your name is Sebas Maverick, so there must be something, right? So what if I inspired you, what would you do with this inspiration now? What do you like to do? Do you draw? Do you also do 3D, or what else? Music maybe? I always see Turtle Hunchback as advanced design. Yeah, it is, right? So there can be a lot of storage here. I think like his main power source might be here, even though it's kind of like flawed design to have it exposed very much, but still I can kind of see it. So let's say, yeah, an icosphere. This looks like a power source, right? I even used this shape as the power source for Kuanga in the beginning of episode 5 of Mavericks. I just used the icosphere. I added some glow and I said, okay, this is now his power source, or his brain, his basically like a core aspect of his brain. So I could see this being somewhere here. Okay, but his arms also need supports from here. So let's go from here and add, I don't know if pistons will work. Also, this part doesn't need to, it needs to be disconnected, I think. So let's disconnect it here. Okay, so this is now a separate part. And what I like about this process, just blocking out, this also gives me ideas of how to do things. So for example, this now, it's like, okay, this could be also like a hinge or maybe something like this. So there could be some kind of, I don't know, also like a cylinder maybe. Yeah, so something like this. Or a, like a ball joint, maybe? I still don't know. Hacksmith, would love to see your leg design for the lifelike power armor. Yes, I'm creating my own characters, and to give them life, I'm inspired by Mega Man. And when I see your videos, inspire me to create a great story in images. Oh, that's awesome. So you draw or you 3D model? What do you mean by create? Okay, so something like this. Yeah, I think this could work. Ball joint, yeah. Ball joint would be probably the easiest solution. We will already have a ball joint here, I think. Or will we? I still don't know. We're still not in the modeling stage, but shape-wise, I think this could work very well. Okay, I also wanted to add some kind of support here in the, I guess, so maybe also like a piston kind of thing. Yeah, something like that. That might look cool later on. I think so. Okay, I like that already. Okay, now the head. So, hey, Dr. Sibrin is also here. Hello, nice to see you here. Usually I'm always thinking about pressure pads that resemble muscle stress between shoulder and neck. Pressure pads, what are pressure pads? In 2D, but I think characters in the future can create in Blender and give an animation like yours. Yeah, I hope so. That would be really cool. How I am? I'm very good. Thank you. I hope you are good too. For people who don't know, Dr. Sibrin is one of the developers of Blender. He is responsible for the animation systems in Blender. So this here, he did this. Am I right? Probably you did this button here. Was it your idea to make the button red? Just to make it more obvious that it's recording? Chilling with some Baldur's Gate 3. Awesome. Good game. I never played it, but I heard it's a very good game. And also it got all the awards and everything. Yeah, but Sibrin is the guy that is developing the animation system. Oh, this is also Blender 4.4, so it also has the the new feature, which is the where is it, the slots, the action slots. I still didn't use it, so but I'm eager to find out how this all works. So I'm interested to see it. Also, I hope you are already excited for Blender Conference. I already got my ticket, and I'm looking forward to seeing you again. This will be awesome. Still don't know if I will apply for talk, because I actually don't know what I would be talking about. I thought about talking about freelancing as a 3D artist, but my experience is not that like huge. And yeah, I don't know if anyone has any ideas what I could be talking about at the Blender conference, because it was fun. I would like to do this again. Plus, also you get a cheaper ticket if you do this. But and yeah, I still need to think about what I would be talking about. But it would be fun. Maybe about creating robots. Maybe I just send in this stream and say, hey, this would be my presentation. It was my idea, but I did promote the idea. Okay, awesome. With some experience with audio software, it makes sense that record button as well. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. These are just like those small nuances that make the overall experience like very, very much more intuitive and more like streamlined. So it's a logical next step. Southern Shotty did a nice video about the action slots. Yes, I saw that. This video actually was a very good explanation of what are the benefits of the action slots. So yeah, that was really cool. Yeah, we'll definitely hang out. Yes. Why I did talks a lot before I worked at Blender. Free tickets even back then. Ooh, that's why I did talks a lot. Free ticket even back then. Oh wow. Yeah, so I didn't actually, so when I applied for my talk last year, I didn't know that there was some like discounts for the tickets. So I didn't even know, and suddenly I just got the message, oh yeah, by the way, where should we will now like transfer like the discount to your account again. I said, hey, what kind of discount? And it was, oh yeah, when you're having a talk, you get roughly like half of the ticket price back, which was very surprising to me, but I thought like, okay, that's pretty cool. You paid for 2 conferences since 2011. Oh man, I envy you. I mean, it's a, yeah, depending on who you ask, it's a lot of money or it's not a lot of money. But for the experience and everything, meeting everyone and the whole venue and the whole event, there is so much going on, so much yeah, that you get out of it, that I think it's definitely worth the money. So yeah, it's currently it's $350 for 3 days, by the way. Ooh, the robot from Metroid Dread. Also, hi, my first time I make it to the stream. Oh, Sharkaluzzi, hey, he's one of my patrons. Welcome. That's awesome. Yeah, it's from Metroid Dread. I took some inspiration regarding his like body shape, kind of. And yeah, Sebas Maverick, people have a nice stream. Thanks, excellent. Thanks, Nico. You're very welcome. Yeah, okay, so let's create the head here. So, yeah, that was the idea of having like a longer head. I'm still not sure if I am happy with it, but we can only find out when we try it, right? So let's see. Oh, Sibren, also karaoke is now officially a official part of the Blender experience. I loved it so much. We definitely need to do this again. Okay, so something like this. think with the mirror modifier, I don't actually have to erase half of it, right? Was it bisect? Oh yeah, okay, awesome. Yes, we must. And we also need to bring Daniel Bystead again. He was rocking the stage, Jesus Christ. He was awesome. Wait, karaoke? Yeah. So many people joined. Gleb and other people. It's so awesome. I'm so looking forward to it already. We're already making plans for accommodations. So Siebren, because you're from Amsterdam, if you have any suggestions of like some kind of, I don't know, like cheap accommodations, hostels, hotels, Airbnbs, where you can put like, I don't know, like 4, 5, maybe 6 people together. Maybe you have some experience from other conferences, or I don't know, maybe you heard something that people were happy with it. I'd love to know, because usually I come with my camper van and stay at the campsite because that's super cheap. But this time I think I would also like to stay with other people in a hostel. So you have any like inside info, that would be cool. Thomas Beck also, and AD Gleb, yeah, and more. So how does the head look like? What do you guys think? I'm currently... I'm not sure. Also, I think I will just delete this side. Yeah, so usually I go to the campsite, and it's always like I go by bike, so I bring my bike with me in the van. I ride my bike to the venue, and it's always cool. And then we go out, have some drinks, but then all people go together to the accommodations, and I leave alone on my bike in the night and go to the campsite very far away from the city. It's on the other side of the river. And sometimes I wish like, oh, maybe I'm missing something. And they are bonding and sleeping together in the same room or in the same place. And then they wake up, they have breakfast together. And I was like, I think I need to have that too. Don't look at the money, because it's probably a lot of fun. So I think I would like to have that this year. The stay okay is popular. Better to ask people who don't live here. I never book any hotel. Yeah, I mean, okay, yeah, that's true. Maybe you're not the best person to ask because you don't have to book anything. Which campsite? It was the what was it called? The let me quickly see. It has something with the B. It's in the north. Still. Fliegenboss. Fliegenboss. That's the one. It's really cool. It's just super cheap, and yeah, exactly. It's like 15 minutes by bike. The ferry is free, so that's cool. And it's super cheap. It's automated, so I have no interaction with any people. I just get one spot for the van. I have my bike next to it, and that's it. Plus also there's like this little restaurant next to the reception, and they have a great breakfast, so I always love to go there. Plus it's very close to the Blender Foundation studio, so I can go even by bike from there to the studios later on. You don't have to bike alone then, because that's not too far from my house. Oh really? Can you, don't share your address here, but can you say like roughly where you live? Like between Fliegenboss and the Blender Foundation, maybe somewhere around there. Or I see some areas. So Nieuwendam, or I don't know, Tuindorp. It's like camping. It really is camping. I see Elsenhagen. I see New Vidammerdijk. If I say that correctly, my Dutch is horrible. By that I mean non-existent. Toindorp. Or yeah, Amsterdam North. Is it? Yeah. So speaking of the speaking of Amsterdam, the robot here. I'm still not sure what to do with him. So I want him to have a head that is not too big, actually. So I think the size is actually good. Your Dutch is pretty good. You see the bigger rope from the eye tunnel towards the north. I basically live on the other side of that. Oh wait. Yeah. I saw that last year when I went to the studios. Bigger road from the. Oh, that's the tunnel underneath it. Okay, yeah. So it goes towards the north. On the other side of that. Oh, okay, awesome. And on the height of the Fliegenbos campsite, roughly, yeah. So Vollewijk, somewhere around there. That's awesome. That's cool. That's good to know. Yeah. Then if I stay at the campsite again, then I would love to ride bikes with you to the venue. That would be cool. Okay, so let's see. So I think, yeah, so this looks actually not too bad. Okay, cool. Good to know. The camping would have me sleeping like a log and you could almost get a frostbite. Oh, yeah, so I sleep in my camper van. It's isolated, but not the glass, obviously. So I still have at the back and then the sides, I have regular like windows. And they are just one side, like one layer of glass. So it's unfortunately when it's a little bit cold, it can also be a little bit cold in the van. But I still have like a sleeping bag and also like a big blanket. So depending on the temperature, I have a lot of layers that I can put on it. So yeah, but no tent. So I sleep in my car because I have a camper van like with a bed at the back. So it's awesome. Okay, so I think this could be cool. Okay, let's try out the eye idea. So having some eyes. Let's see. The conference is September now, so it'll be warmer. Yeah, true. I like it that it's a little bit earlier. Okay, let's eyes, and I'm just gonna do it like that. Can't stay long on the stream, sadly. I'm going to watch a video games orchestra and theater themed on Metroidvania games in 1 hour. What? Now that's a flex. Video games orchestra themed on I didn't know there were orchestras like genre specific. That's really cool. Heading to bed too. Yeah, it's pretty late, so thanks for stepping by. So yeah, have a good night. And see you soon, hopefully. Definitely see you soon. It's just like 5 more months. That's gonna pass in no time. Yeah, see you. Bye-bye. Okay, so let's see what we can do here. I can see something like this. Okay, what do you guys think about this design? It looks a little bit too much, maybe like the droidicas from Star Wars. Maybe it's like a similar mix between droidicas and the battle droids. It's a good example of you think you're very creative, but in the end we are all like victims of being exposed to a lot of input and other creative media, that in the end everything would look like either Star Wars or Transformers. How many times have I heard how my characters, well, my realistic characters, look like Transformers or like something from Five Nights at Freddy's? These are, I think, the two most common comments that I get. Oh, it's like Mega Man from Michael Bay. Or it's a Bayverse Mega Man characters. Or, yeah, they look like Transformers. Always the same. Or like, oh yeah, it's FNAF. So Five Nights at Freddy's. It's like, oh, this look like Fuzzy Bear, or I don't know what the characters' names are. It's like, what now? That wasn't inspired by it at all. I never watched or I never played Five Nights at Freddy's, but still, people always compare it to that. It's like, okay, I can't escape it. Yeah, maybe something like that. I don't know. Would that work? It's gonna be a first for me. Ah, awesome. No, Shakalutsi, have fun. That's gonna be awesome. Where are you from, by the way? What country? I would like to know. Shakalutsi. You read my mind about battle droids. Yeah, I was thinking of a droidica. Damn it! Now you see, it's you can't really escape the influences that are here in the head. That's not plagiarism. It's inspired and such. Yeah, I know. Yeah, kinda. I'll be going. See you soon, maybe. By the way, keep the good work, Nico. You do awesome work. Thanks a lot, and thank you for your support on Patreon. It's really awesome that you're one of my patrons, and you're one of the longest. I think you've been there since the beginning. So I'm really thankful for you. It means the world to me. So thank you. Also, by the way, did you guys know there's a Patreon that you can join and support my work and the Maverick series and everything that I do to be more independent of client work, so I can do even more of this kind of stuff? That would be awesome if you at least consider joining Patreon. That would be awesome. Thank you. Quebec, Canada. Hey. That's awesome. Canada is one of the countries that is top of my list to visit. Oh, P.S. I'll be trying to print a vial model soon. Oh, that's awesome. By the way, for those who don't know, if you consider joining my Patreon, this one here, then you get access to my print files and you can print yourself something like this guy here. This is Vial, and this turned out really cool, especially what's it called, the cartridge belt for his cannon. Yeah, come on, focus. Yeah, this turned out so well. No, focus again. Yes. The backpack and everything. This looks really cool. So, by the way, you can purchase the print files on my Patreon or my Cults shop, or you can join just Patreon and you get access to all my files. That's the easiest way. And obviously, it's way cheaper than purchasing. But I hope, it's no secret, I hope that you stay for longer than just 1 month and maybe you consider supporting me, and then you'll get also future files. So yeah, that would be cool. Okay, let's go back. Yeah, so Shakalutsi, please let me know how the model turned out for you. It would be interesting to see. Since you mentioned FNAF, you should probably see more of the creators' things before FNAF, like the Desolate Hope, because he made such an intricate design. Huh. Interesting mug. What are you talking about? Mug? I don't have any mugs here. Okay. Oh, interesting mug. Oh, sorry. You're talking about that guy. Okay, it's late. Yeah, the Desolate Hope. Oh, wait. I heard about it, I think. Oh, wow. That really looks interesting. Cool. Oh, I see. They made that's one of the characters from Desolate Hope. And does it look familiar to you? I've never seen this guy, but I have to admit that now I feel even less creative than I was hoping for. First it's Droidicast, and now it's a coffee machine. Awesome. Now my robot looks like a coffee machine. And I will never get rid of that idea that my hopefully interesting design has also similarities to a coffee machine. Okay, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. I should rephrase my words. Right. Very carefully. Don't want YouTube bots or Google bots going to tape my mouth shut out of spite. Okay, so this is... You know what? Just to be super creative, as I am, obviously. How about just for fun? I could also, let's see, mirror the robot like this. Yeah, no, okay. It was worth a shot. Coffee is love, and I consider it as a compliment. My god, I never noticed it looks like a coffee machine. I genuinely didn't notice. Yeah. To find like pure creativity, to be super creative and just have something very unique, you need to be really, really like put in the work. Yeah. Okay, how about more eyes? Let's say... How about some sensors on the sides, maybe? I mean, I could see that. Something like that. Oh, let's see it in rendered mode. Okay, so yeah, obviously this is nothing. Oh, so let's That's not too bad, actually. So I think, yes, it has some similarities to Droidicast, to Battle Droids, to a coffee machine. But overall, I think it still looks kinda unique. not super unique, but unique enough that it can work as its own thing. It's also very janky, so because droidicas and battle droids look very sleek, they look very polished and very sci-fi. I think this one will be more janky and more... What I like to do is create robots out of parts that look like they come from our present or even close past, because that makes it more interesting. I think it's more relatable because we recognize those parts, so it looks like something that can be actually built. So it helps with realism. And I think when I build it now with those parts, it will look even more unique and maybe something that comes out of my hand. So yeah. Lord in Heavens, almost 270 view if it went through. Wait, what are you talking about again? Sometimes I'm seriously not sure what you're referring to. Okay, so I think this is a good template. Oh, there are some red parts. No. Red parts mean that there is the normals are inverted, which is not too bad, but it can lead to some problems later on. Especially with lighting and shading, stuff like that. Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna leave it. I would have a tripedal robot from Guardians, the Russian movie instead. The view, I meant the eyes that you're talking before. Too much eyes. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, 270. I hope for a 360 view actually. But yeah, because it's a scouting robot, it needs a lot of view basically. Yeah, so that looks actually not too bad. Maybe I could put something on his back later on. I would have a tripedal robot from Guardians, Russian movie. Okay, I remember that movie from Timur Bekmambetov, if I named his name correctly. Guardians film. Wait, is it just Guardians? Oh, I think that's it. It's from 2017? I thought it was older. Oh, there are so many movies that are called Guardians. Guardians of Ga'Hoole, Guardians, the DreamWorks movie, Rise of the Guardians. Oh, this one. Yeah, I remember that robot. You're talking about this one here, right? Yeah, that looks awesome. Or here. Oh, I need to... Oh, damn. I love the look of it. These parts here. Oh, I need to definitely save that on my to-watch list. Hey, Kayang. How's it going? It's going very well. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Look at crab tanks. Yeah, it's almost. Triangle is the posture of strength. Yeah, I can kind of see it. Okay, so Now we have the blockout, which is pretty cool so far. Now comes the fun part, which is kit bashing. So some parts I like to model myself, but if you have like a whole set that I purchased one time, it's obvious to use it. These parts here, only a few parts I modeled myself. So for example, these here, the big ones I modeled myself, but everything else are parts that are part of a set that I purchased. Plus these ones, these and these here are from other creators like Ian Hubert and William Landgren. I got the parts from their Patreon. And these are also parts of a purchased kit. And I can show it to you here. So for example, this one, I like to use this one a lot. So it's JRO kit bash. I can share it with you because I use it so much, and these are hundreds, I think like 400 parts, and I'm still not done with those. And you can combine them infinitely. So this is just JRO tools. Yeah. So oh yeah, it's this one here that I use. So if you want your robots to look like my robots, you can get this set, and it's really cool. It's $35, but I got this in a sale, so it was like, I think just 50% off. So yeah, it was really cool. So as you can see, so many parts. You have pistons, you have like levers, you have like those parts here, main parts, plus some like body parts, so they look more like a shell, which is really cool. Some random stuff like here, like some grippers, which is really cool, and some attachments also. But this connection parts, these are the big ones. And also I have another one, kitbash set 405. This is also pretty cool, which I also like to use. They are very similar in style, so it's not too bad to combine them. And oh yeah, for example, here you can see this part here. That's this one here. And it's so much to play around. It's like with Legos. You can just mix and match and see what looks cool and how it all works together, combine them so it creates new interesting shapes and mechanisms. Yeah, and as you see, it's really, really cool. And this is so much. And I only use like 10 of the same pieces over and over again. 400, and I'm still thinking of many possibilities of certain specifications. Yeah, it's like advanced bionicle. Yeah, exactly. Might get something from the Indian place, like butter chicken or something. Okay, so I think we can now start with some kit bashing. This is a process that is very fun, but also I'm not sure how fun it is to watch. But I try my best to make it fun for you. I can just talk over and over. We can talk about AI again if you want to. No, please don't. I already said everything that I wanted to say about it. A bunch of nuggets and fried crab cake. Damn. By the way, did you know? Okay, so let's see. So first of all, this one. So we need some round pieces. So here are some round frames. And I like using this one, for example. So these here could actually be considered using. Oh, also this is pretty cool. I used that a few more times in the past. So let's see what we can do. Here are also some round pieces. Let's see what the other set has to offer. Okay, so this looks also pretty cool. Okay, what I like to do is just collect potential parts. So we put them in a new collection. Kitbash. Okay. This is also pretty cool. This is really cool. Oh, this one. I can see this one be used here. Somewhere here maybe. If I mirror it like this. This could be cool. Okay, so this has definitely potential. Tarcisio Philo, hello to you too. I've been thinking of getting into Blender as a hobby. You get any recommendations? Yes, Blender. Try Blender. Renan, so first of all, welcome. What do you mean by recommendations? Recommendations for tutorials or what to do with Blender, or I don't know. What do you mean recommendations? What are you struggling with? Maybe I can help you out with that. Okay, so we have also interesting hinges here. Like something like this. So this could also be a good part at the top. As a tip, when you try to create a robot, what I like to do first is go by layers and by piece size. So what I like to do first is create the main pieces, the biggest pieces, and then go smaller and smaller. And this way you create like this. First the main rigid structure, and then you add more details and more smaller pieces. But it's important for it to have like this rigid structure. Okay, so you mean tutorials. Okay, I think the tutorial depends on what you want to do. Very good point, Kiang. Yeah. Are you just looking for static stuff, animation, organic versus robots, etc.? Very good questions. Yes, that's what I would ask also first. Very important to know first, because in Blender you can do everything. There are so many possibilities, and don't even try to learn everything, because you won't. So it's important to find out what you like to do, and you can try a lot of different things and then later on decide what you want to do. But I think it's definitely good to know before going to Blender why you decided to go with Blender. There must be a reason for you to see Blender and think like, oh yeah, that looks cool, I want to do something with that. I think you have to have seen something that piqued your interest. So what was that? I thought you're advanced and something Renan. Yeah. Okay, so let's see more round pieces. So I think we have here a few. This looks also cool. This could be used. Okay, and the other ones are here. The round frames. Yeah. So this one I like to use. Also, this one's cool. And oh yeah, so for this piece here, at least for this part here, we could use something like something like this. I never used this piece. I think I would like to use this one. It's not perfect, but maybe I can adjust it. This would be cool. Oh, this is also nice. Oh, this is even better, I think. So yeah, append. Yeah, I think this one's better. Also, what else? These are some round, interesting pieces. Oh, this is also good. Yeah. And I think these ones here. Okay, so these are actually some cool pieces. Let me just quickly make these ones a little smaller. Oh no, I'm just gonna make them real because it's make it scissors real. So yeah, can get rid of all those parts. We don't need this one. Okay, so we can also combine those. Oh no, this one, just these two. Okay, so these could be, oh, you know what? These could be the parts that make up the spine. You know, something like goes up here. Something like that, maybe, or at least to have it be supportive of some parts here. Exterior makeover. Okay, so this part here could be made out of these pieces. So, for example, this combined with this, maybe like that. This looks interesting. So yeah, that's one process that I like to start with, and also use some more not just frames but also these kinds of pieces together. And this creates some interesting, hopefully interesting parts in general. Let's change the pivot point here. Okay, so this is cool. Yeah, so something like this. Just with some pieces, you can create interesting, like some robotic shapes. but how would this go to a ball joint? So that's what I need to figure out. Also, this set here has some interesting, like not some ball joints, but oh yeah, these here, these look really cool. Okay, so maybe we could do something like this with it. To have those here connected. Like roughly. So this part will be connected to this. This will be rigid. But the no, you know what? The other way around. This will be part of the leg, like that. Okay, so first let's take those pieces away. Let's move these here to the legs. And the counterpart can be something like this here, for example. I think I actually used this one time for connecting part. Yeah, something like this. Okay, so this can be all part of here. So we can just delete this and then move all this stuff here. Let's see. It's a little bit much, I think, but still. Okay, let's take away the legs first. Only 3 people left. Whoa, what happened in the last... What is it? In the last half an hour? From 10 to now 3 people only? Oh man. Is it the time? Okay, let's do it like this. Maybe these parts are also too big. And this part here, so let's get rid of part here. And I'm gonna use, I guess I drove them all. Yes, it's all your fault. And I guess they're out of for dinner in the US. Oh, is it dinner time currently? I actually don't know. I think like most of my demographic and my followers are from the US. So I'm not sure actually what's currently happening. Okay, so this is actually not too bad. Ooh, and this going inside this piece here is actually pretty cool. It's like 6 p.m. on the East Coast. Okay, yeah, true, yeah. 6 hours difference. Yeah, but this looks already pretty cool, I think. Okay, so let's, so these are all the parts. Okay, pretty cool. I also need to think about how it will move. So, because it still will be rigged and everything. So, coming up with interesting ideas how those things should move is also sometimes very tricky. So, for example, here I decided, okay, there will be some pistons. This will be like a hinge. So that's already pretty cool. But this can't move down, right? So I can maybe try to combine it with a hinge that also moves in a different direction. So let's see, for example, something like this here. No, wait. No, that was the wrong one. So one part that pivots kind of the turning of this one here. So something like this one maybe, or I'm pretty sure there are other parts. Yeah, this one also. Have you ever looked into action figure design, that kind of thing? Find the techniques they use for hiding joints and adding articulation pretty interesting. Yes, I didn't really like properly look into it, but I thought of adding articulation to my models. For example, this guy here. But it's a lot of work. It's very complicated. So yes, that's very impressive what they do with adding joints and stuff. But it's not my... Yeah, it's I don't know if I could do this. So yeah, I'm not sure. Oh wait, let me see. This part is actually looks kind of cool. So yeah, look at that. So this is a good example of how two pieces can work together. They both have kind of like this. Oh no, like this. So I can first of all make it also real. Delete this part here, and now we have. I should also make this part real. Oh, this is also part of it. Okay, cool. Yeah, so these two parts can work very well together, I think. Yeah, so I think I can now delete this part and also these here. one is also part of this. So let's join them for now. Yeah, so I can definitely see that working like this. And then I have to figure out, so this here will be a another ball joint probably. So we'll see if we can just take these pieces here and just reuse them. So this could be part of this. Right back, yes. Please be right back. So I could see this working like that. My boss is an articulation that he was complaining to me about the hips on my Batman figure. That's a good one. I'm pretty sure it's interesting. Not sure if this will work. But this looks already pretty cool. Look at that. I mean, most of the work is done by the shader. But it really looks complex enough for me to be believable. Oh, and also these parts here, so let's see. I know so far it's just like one color, so it doesn't look super impressive, but still I like it so far. Plus there will be more color later on when I create the design, so there will be some colorful parts, maybe some labels, some stickers, some decals, and also some cables that will also have different colors. So this could actually work, I think. But looks very, looks not rigid at all. Oh man. Let me see. Yeah, I mean, that was the idea here, but here in general. I'm not sure how well this will work. So design-wise, it's actually pretty cool, I think. But function-wise, it looks very like not rigid, it's very brittle actually. And just one ball joint here, it's not enough for sure. So I need to make it a little bit more sturdy. I mean, yeah, the piston will also help, I think, but still. Yeah, if it's supportive, like at the bottom here somewhere, that would be cool. So this could work. This is definitely cool because this would definitely move the arms very wide. So let's say attach this to this to that. So now when I rotate, this would be actually cool. So that it can have like this big range of motions. I know on toys that joints get called a butterfly joint a lot. Really? Butterfly joint. Butterfly joint, that's something else, I think. That's what Google gives me when I Google butterfly joint. Okay, there will definitely be a piston there. Yeah, I need to think about how the arms will be moving. So I think I'll definitely need to have this first of all a little bit more to the side, like here. Oh, that's for carpentry. Okay. Attach to your shoulder that lets you move the shoulders in and out like flapping. Yeah. And the next one kind of reminds me of a droidica. Yes, I know. It was unintentional. It just happened. I thought I was very creative, but then I realized also very quickly, actually, no, that's actually looks like a droidica. That can be cool. That could be some kind of attachment to like a cargo or anything. Yeah, the shoulder. I mean, it can still work as a ball joint, but I think I would like to have something different here. So let's see. I think it's mostly the posture with the curved spine and the proportions. Yeah, I know. It's very reminiscent of those. But I don't mind. I think overall, like with the color design and all those mechanical parts, it may look in the end a little bit different. Different enough that it's not so easy to compare. Let's see how they actually look like. Okay, this is the figurine, but still. So this is how they look like. And yeah, there are definitely similarities. They have 4 legs, first of all, so that's different. But yeah, the curved spine is something that it was established in Star Wars pretty early on, I think. So yeah, I like the attachment of the arms. Oh man, the design is, the more I look at the design, the more I like it. It's really cool how the arms aren't attached to the back or something, but they fold inwards because they fold together like a ball or like a almost like a wheel. And I like that they fold from the inside, that there's a piece from the chest that goes inside, and then yeah, that's a very creative design, I think. So that's really cool. Also, they have the piston here. They have 2 hinges here, so that's cool. Oh, here you can see it very well. Yeah, awesome design. I really like it. And then there's this guy. Definitely not a bad thing though. No, I think yeah, I don't take it as a bad thing either. Hey, if my work is compared to Star Wars, I don't mind. If the inside of the torso was a pilot seat, it would kind of remind me of a power loader. Yes, I definitely see that too. I was thinking how to answer and I got caught up in something else. I guess my main interest on Blender is moving mechanical parts. Well, then you found the right guy to to watch. No, seriously. So if you're interested in mechanical parts, well, first of all, you just started with Blender, right? So so first of all, I would like to know if you're just starting with Blender and you have no experience in 3D before that, right? If that's so, I would highly recommend first getting familiar with the basics. So modeling is the first thing that you need to be at least good or okay with it before going further, because you could already start with the rigging, but so many things are connected to rigging, like how modeling works and everything. So you need to get familiar with the interface and with the core concept of how 3D in Blender works, with object mode, edit mode, pose mode, all those things. I've seen some basic tutorials before, but not that familiar. Yeah, okay. So I think you need to get familiar with the basic stuff first. It's very important, because otherwise something happens and you don't know how to find the mistake and how to correct it, because you don't have the knowledge of the overall how the software works. So there is one tutorial that I learned from, and I find it really, really cool. And it's from this guy called Grant Abbott. I think it's very well known in the Blender scene. And he has a beginner tutorial. It's for Blender 3, but he has also one for Blender 4. And I didn't do this, but I think it's very helpful also, because he does awesome tutorials, and I highly would recommend this one. You could also do the donut, which everyone is doing the donut, but I think the donut is a different kind of tutorial. This one shows you mostly what you'll be doing like 80% of the time, which is modeling. Modeling is part of almost every discipline in Blender. It's essential to know how to do everything else before. So and this one shows all those different modeling techniques, and this is really, really cool. There's also part 2, so after this one, go definitely to the second part. And is it the first part? Yeah, part 2 of 2. There's also the second part, so this is the second part. And yeah, there's also the donut tutorials, the most known tutorial. Everybody's doing the donut first, and it's really cool. But the donuts, the purpose of the donut tutorial is to give you an overview of all the possibilities of Blender, and you will learn some things that you probably don't use at all later on. So you don't really need it, but it's still a good tutorial in that it will show you how to model, how to sculpt, how to texture, how to animate, how to set up lighting. So maybe for rigging and animating, this is not important, but it's still good to know. So I would say do the donut tutorial. It's a multiple part thing, so maybe it will get boring or not interesting later on. But this one from Grant Abbott is actually really, really cool to know how the core concept works. So yeah, I'll definitely recommend this one. And then for mechanical stuff, I would highly recommend following Ian Hubert on Patreon. It's like $7 or so, and his videos on there are so cool. They so I can show you the one video that made me follow him and made me interested in mechanical rigging, which is let's see if I can find it. This one here. So it's this one here. It shows how like an IK setup works, so inverse kinematics, forward kinematics, but stuff like this. And I saw this and I was like, whoa, this is so cool, and it looks so easy. Yeah, now whoop. Looks similar to my arm. And then you can do something like this, right? And these are some of my assets for my arm are actually from this guy, Ian Hubert. And this is just a short tutorial on like a robot rig and stuff like this. But this made me realize, okay, look at this. This is really cool stuff. And he does short films in Blender, does most of the things by himself. This is really, really cool. So yeah, this robot arm, you can also, you get this arm, this asset from his, share this also. You can get this ARM asset, so you can analyze it and see how it works and everything. And he has many more videos that explain in detail how his mechanical systems work. So I started with this, and then I just experimented. I just watched some tutorials, and then I started experimenting with rigs, with different setups. I got interested. I tried to mimic different things that I saw online. So the keyword is linkages. If you Google linkage or linkages, this will give you a lot of interesting mechanical setups that you can then try to recreate in Blender. So for example, linkage. So if I look up linkage on YouTube, you have, for example, oh, there's me. This guy here, this channel thing. I'll also link this one here. And here you can see he has thousands of videos. I don't know how many videos. 3,200 videos. And all his videos are mechanical systems. And it's a very cool exercise to take something and try to recreate it in Blender. And that's what I've been doing recently, a little bit, to exercise. For example, to do something like this here, or I don't know, easy setups. This looks more complicated, but it should also be possible to recreate in Blender. There are so many, and this is a very cool exercise to just see, can I rig it? Can I rig this? So yeah, I can highly recommend this. But also, just watching tutorials isn't enough. I would highly recommend, if you know the basics, start your own little project as soon as possible, I would say, because only then the learned stuff will manifest, and you will get the muscle memory and the knowledge, and you will see what happens when you do this like this, or some maybe a little bit different. You will gain the understanding of how everything works together only if you apply it to a personal project. So I would definitely recommend starting your own personal project very early on if you know the basics, the UI and everything. And then that's the best way to learn. Yeah, you gotta apply your knowledge. Exactly. Then you will fail a lot of times, but you will learn why you failed, and this realization will be the best teacher you will have. Start with a small project, just maybe recreating a small things, like for example, like a computer mouse. Recreating a computer mouse, I think, is a good exercise in modeling, because it looks very. Let me just go big. So computer mouse, for example, it looks very simple, but it has some, like this, for example, it has some interesting things like this part here, for example. This might be a little bit tricky for a beginner to model, or this thing here, and the wheel and the gap here, if you can see it like this, yeah, or maybe like these parts here. So just getting the flow right is an interesting exercise in Blender. So yeah, I would do this. This is just a small exercise. Then when you're done, you have something already like finished, which gives you a sense of accomplishment, and also it's very satisfying. And then do the next thing and increase the challenge a little bit. So do a cell phone maybe, or I don't know. This is like a phone, like a headphone case. This is very simple, so maybe start with something like this. But then you can start with, I don't know, look around what you have. I have my computer speakers that might be maybe interesting, or my webcam. This are simple shapes, but they are interconnected in an interesting way maybe. So yeah, or like a 3D printer. I don't know. These are more advanced things, but here's like my 3D printer. These are all like squares and very, very rectangular shapes, but this is a good exercise to just learn how to put everything together. And with that, just practice, repetition over and over again. That's the best way to learn. Many people try to learn just by watching tutorials, and they wonder why they don't advance. But I think the concept of repetition and practice is almost lost because we have tutorials for everything, and you think like, okay, I can just learn everything from tutorials. No, you still need to repeat and do it over and over and over again, so that it gets into your body, in your head, in your muscles, how to work. So I definitely recommend, the more you do something, the better you will get. So if you stick with it, if you just do it over and over again, you will get better in just a matter of time. It's just like the process works. So yeah, that's that's my advice on learning Blender in general. Okay, I think for now this is good so far as how far we got. I think this is looks already cool. The basis is there. I think I can go from here by myself maybe and work a little bit more on it, but thank you for tips. Definitely checking it out. Yes, please do. You're welcome. So this is actually a good starting point for me to move forward by myself and see how far I can create this robot and make him maybe look cool, and I don't know, maybe add something to him even more. So let's see, maybe I can get rid of those parts. Oh no, you know what? I'm just gonna keep those bigger parts still. Yeah, but I think that's enough for today. It's already midnight, so I think that's enough for today. I'm getting tired a little bit. But yeah, so thank you everyone who joined the stream. Thank you everyone who listened to me rambling about everything, about AI and whatsoever. So yeah, this is our robot in the end. The potential is there. I like this part here. I like how the shoulders will probably move. So this is really cool. Yeah, thank you all. So just a little bit of advertising at the end because I need to do this. If you're interested in learning how to do those things, I have on my Patreon a mechanical rigging course. It's just $7.90. It's a little bit over 12 hours. So let me just show it. Yeah, a little bit over 2 hours. I go over the core mechanics of rigging. So IK rigging, pistons, gears, cables, robot arm and robot leg, all the basics. And this robot here will be later on the second phase of this course that will be added. And this will be everything that we learned in those 7 videos will be applied here. So if you like to learn the basics of rigging, yeah, I would love for you to either join my Patreon and then you get this course for free if you join in the 2nd and 3rd tier, or you can just purchase it directly in my shop. That's up to you. And I hope this will help you definitely to get some mechanical knowledge. That will be really cool. Also, yeah, here, please join my Patreon. And yeah, other than that, if you want to support me and my short films and all my work, joining Patreon is the best way to do so. It really helps me a lot. It makes me a little bit more independent from client work, which usually takes the majority of my work and of my day. But with Patreon, I don't have to accept all the client projects, so that I can do more of this fun stuff that I love, that you probably like and love. So in the end, everybody wins. I get to do more of this, and you guys get to do get to see and enjoy more of my work if you like it. Oh, they're already... Oh, someone already likes my posts. Hey, that's awesome. Yeah, so that's the best way to support me. Other than that, if you like my Mega Man stuff, I have also a shop. You can also buy my figurines and my my print files here. I just recently added Vile, so if you like Mega Man figures and would like to print them yourself, that's also my shop. I have also some final rigs, so some finished rigs also in my shop. For example, this robot arm. So you have like a mechanical robot arm that you can move around and yeah, play around with it and use it for your projects. That's also cool. I also have a wing setup. It's a very easy wing setup that you can control with just one controller. So can also show you that. So let's see. I need to do some advertising, obviously. So yeah, this is the robot arm that you can get. Yeah, so it's very similar to the robot that we're doing right now. So this is pretty cool. I like this one. And I also have this wing setup. That looks like this. So here you can see just this little controller, and this one controls the whole wing setup. I have a better video actually for that. Let me see. Oh no, it's a proper videos. Yeah, this one here. Mecha Wings. I give it like a stupid name. This is my Storm Eagle model, by the way. And you can see with just this one little gizmo, you can control the whole wings. And you also get the wing model, obviously. Yeah, so you just animate this one thing and it controls all the wings. Oh yeah, it also has like some jet fire coming from it. Yeah, so that's basically it. So again, thank you very much. Getting big again. Thank you very much everyone for joining. I hope you had fun. You maybe learned something. I will be probably, hopefully, streaming maybe next week again. I will let you know, so please follow me on all the social media. So hey, why don't I have all the this one? I also need it here. Yeah. So follow me on all those. Yes, all of them, or just one, you can decide, and then you won't miss the next stream. And please subscribe to my YouTube, obviously. Please comment and like and share, do all the fun stuff. Ring the notification bell so you won't miss any of my videos. And that's basically it. So, okay, enough with the advertising. Have a good night if you're in my time zone. If you're in the US or South or North America, then have a good day. Have a good Saturday. And I will hopefully see you in the next video. So, take care. Bye-bye. And thank you again. Oh, and now I activated the camera again. The AI is everywhere. Okay, thanks a lot and see you in the next one. Bye-bye.